Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Star Citizen. This here is my Super Hornet. A badass fucking ship. Look at it. It is the military spec of the civilian variant of the military ship, the Hornet itself. It's got a few upgrades on it, which I'll just quickly go through because this is absolutely incredible fighting machine. The Super Hornet is sold as space superiority. It's a two-person ship, which I will get into later because that's quite a cool thing. It's 23,219 kilograms, so it does weigh quite a bit, but well, as we'll get into a bit later, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be particularly slow either. Obviously, because it's the military one, there's no way you can carry cargo except for in the second seat. Now we'll have a quick look inside. Let's have just a quick look. This is what the cockpit looks like, which is very cool. Plenty of detail. I wouldn't be able to show you till I'm actually flying around in the free flight or whatever to show you what the rest of the UI looks like, because for some reason it doesn't actually load up in this ship. So I'll just quickly get out and show you the extra seat. Again, beautiful animations for this one. It is a shame that it's quite buggy still. It's also changed a couple of times over the past 2 years that I've had this. It used to be a lot longer and more streamlined, and that's kind of gone like really stubby, and it's gotten this crazy turret mount on the front. This is how you get into the second seat. Again, super buggy. You glitch through. I mean, you can look away and you'll be climbing up into the thin air. Oh, it's put me back in there. Okay. God damn it. There we go. I think I got the right one then. Yeah, there we go. And he actually climbed in properly this time, rather than me flying through the air. Right, this is the look for the second pilot. Second pilot. There's going to be tons. This is what sets the Super Hornet away from all the other single-seater fighting ships. Which I'll go through it, my kind of ideas and what I want to kind of mess around with it once we're in like the persistent universe, or even Arena Commander 2.0 when that is released, hopefully sometime in the near future. Again, here's what it looks like in the cockpit. Again, fucking awesome. Black leather and all that kind of stuff. Or carbon fiber it looks like. It's pretty sweet with all the blue HUD. Again, you can see here 2 guns on the front. On a turret. Got gimbal mounted M4A laser cannons on the side. Wingtips. And then we've got the front turret is Bulldog repeaters, and then we've got the Big Brother version, the Badger repeaters on the turret on the top. Underneath here, you can see the maneuvering thrusters, the shields, the bottom of the turret, the countermeasures which drop down from under here. We've got this one here, which is the Tier 4 Tarsus Leaper. Again, another thing that sets this one out from the normal Hornet. This will allow me to jump systems, whereas in the normal Hornet you cannot do that. You have to go and park yourself into a capital ship or a larger ship with docking space, like an Idris. So, they can then transport the smaller fighters and have them as close range support, whereas this one doesn't need that. It's got 8 maneuvering thrusters. They're all TR2s. It's got max size of a TR4 engine, which the Tarsus Leaper is the stock, which is awesome. It's got a size 4 power plant, and I think along with that size TR4 engine, it's going to give out quite a bit of heat, so that could be a problem of getting shot in the ass. However, this thing is so tanky with its size 4 shields. It takes a beating, trust me. Flying this thing around in like Vandal form, it does the business. Yeah, so two gimbal mounts, 2 pylon mounts. The gimbal is a size 4. The pylon are S1s. The unmanned turret's a size 1 and size 2. Shield is size 4. It's got an additional equipment slot on here as well. Plus, which I think is used by the countermeasures. I'm not too sure on that one. The store says, the closest to the military loadout as is legally possible for a civilian model, the F7C-M Super Hornet reattaches the ball turret and offers near mil-spec parts under the hood. Proving that 2 heads are better than 1, a second seat has been added to split the logistics and combat duty, making the Super Hornet a truly terrifying mark to engage. A goddamn badass is that. The second seat is huge. As I was saying earlier, if you're flying around and you're the... So if I'm in the front pilot seat and I'm like, guy in the back, you're now in control of this turret. I want you to blast the ever-loving shit out of anything flying behind me. So, yes, you know, that is a thing. You can then have an almost 360 view that you don't have to control. I can then concentrate on shooting anything that is in front of me, which is excellent. I can also give them control to the subsystems on the ship, for example. So if I have a particularly skilled co-pilot and we're dogfighting away, I can say to him, I need, you know, my rear shields to be overcharged, reduce front shields because I'm not taking any damage from the front, you know, boost that quickly, and then I can say, right, after that threat has been neutralized, you know, I'm going to flip the ship around, we're going to put all the shields on the front, and then we're going to go for a crazy head-on charge. It would be much easier to do that than to try and do it all as one single pilot. So that can give you an edge. Another thing that can happen is the second person can be a commander or a battlefield leader sat in that ship. I mean, this thing is tanky as shit. You don't really want to put it on the front lines if you're carrying someone of, you know, importance. But it has the ability for, you know, your squad leader to sit in there and relay orders to your flight team, which would be excellent in coordinating attacks on, you know, high priority targets. Another really good thing, if you're interested in bounty hunting, you can lock them, I believe you can lock them down in this seat, if they're still alive, obviously. And that's another thing that you can do, because there's not going to be much that can stand up to the Hornet in, you know, close quarters combat fights. It's just it's got too many guns on this thing. It's crazy. So that's another cool thing. There's no cargo, so you're not able to transport anything, unfortunately. However, there's nothing saying you couldn't start up a crazy taxiing service where you can get from A to B and not die. So if you've got a bit of money, you can always hire somebody with a Super Hornet and they'll take you there, because they have the Tarsus Leaper engine as stock, and they are full of guns. You know, you're not going to get many pirates that want to tangle with the Super Hornet, especially if they've got backup and they're in the hands of a skilled pilot. So that's also something to consider. As a pirate ship, yeah, it'd be pretty good. Again, there's no utility for this. It is a straight out balls to the wall killing machine. It's not like a Mustang where you can kit it out to be a space caravan, or an Aurora where it's like, oh, today I feel like dogfighting, and then the next day you're like, oh, well, I feel like trading. You cannot do this. It is, let's go and kill things. You know, this is pure testosterone distilled into a spacecraft. So without any further ado, let's go and see what this thing flies like.
Vandal swarm initiated.
Right, okay, so we're doing the Vandal swarm on the Broken Moon. Just have a quick look to see how quickly this thing can actually fly about, and exactly what it flies like. Aha, actually loaded up. Excellent. There's another bug in the Vandal swarm where the UI doesn't load up correctly. It didn't then. It had to try and load up a couple of times, which is hopefully something that it gets fixed. But when it does load up properly, it looks excellent. Yeah, as you can see in the middle of the screen, just here, that's the radar, fuel, throttle, obviously your countermeasures, things you've got on. There's again your throttle there. Looks very nice as we kind of float through. I just go to free mode. Here it is. Looks quite snazzy. As we there's the thrusters in motion. Okay. We're kind of getting hit here. But yeah, afterburners on our engines. Looking pretty swish. Inside of our cockpit. Again, very cool. And then, yeah, let's get to it. Again, look at the fucking firepower on this bastard. It takes a little getting used to. This one is a little bit sluggish in comparison to the lighter fighters like the Vandal or the 300Is, that kind of stuff. But as you can see, you know, when I've got my target selected and I get a couple of good hits, they're absolutely fucked in the ass. My power plant has absolutely no problems keeping up with powering all of these weapons. I've still got pretty good top speed of 200 meters per second. The thrusters work quite well again, as I showed you earlier. It's just a solid fighting ship. You know, as long as you don't let a bunch of guys... Oh shit, this... Ugh. Asteroid fields. Bad place to be flying through. Very bad place to be flying through. There we go. Much speed. Yeah, I mean, look at the absolute destruction this thing wreaks. There we go. Look how quickly you can kill these things. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Oops. I mean, it'd be helpful if I was a better pilot, but that will come with time. I haven't put much into it. But yeah, if you were thinking about getting one of these, it's excellent. Another thing I've noticed from dogfighting in this is that it's very difficult to black out in this thing. Very difficult. You come very close, but so far, as long as you've got G-Safe on, you're fine. Whereas I find in other ships, that's not always the case. Gotta get careful around these bloody asteroids. Let's see. There we go. Look how many hits I took then, though. That was the image tracking missiles, I believe. They're one of the best you can currently get, and again, they come stock with the Super Hornet. Yeah, let's have a look, see how much damage I took from a full frontal assault from that guy. If I turn... Oh, can I not do it whilst I'm out here? Okay. Right, let's try that again. Right. So yeah, they kind of smashed up my nose a little bit. It is possible to take out your tracking systems as well, which they've done before, which ultimately sucks. And that is one of the weaknesses to the Hornet. If they come at you from the front, they take out your tracking, that's it. You've now got 6 guns you cannot use. Because trying to hit anything in space without computer assistance is fucking horrible. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm gonna have loads of fucking fun, and I've been having loads of fun in this ship. It was definitely something I really wanted to get. So yeah, thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you around the verse, my friends. Get the fuck out.